a call you may take is a DZ call working for either the grips, the electrics, the greens, props. All those are 10 tons and 5 tons, picking up all sorts of things. Greens, you'd be picking up plants, picking up trees, picking up bales of hay, grips and electrics. Electrics, you're driving a 10 ton, you're picking up a wire, everything that's wires the whole unit up on set. Grips, all the piping that's required to make everything that makes it work. And the most important thing when you do those calls, again, it's imperative you bring your kit with you. You bring your coverage with you. You bring your Unimove bag with you that has all the requirements that you're going to need in the event it rains or it hails or it snows. Because I've seen it go from sunny to hail in like 20 minutes, and you got to be prepared for that. Every IATSE crew member will have that kit with them. You need to have that when you're doing Unimoves and when you take these DZ calls, because they're very important.
Is it my responsibility to make sure that the loads are secure, or do I allow the departments to take care of that?
You're the driver. You're the captain of your ship. You have to make sure the loads are secure. Just like a truck driver on the highway, he makes sure his loads are secure. The shipper may load them, but he makes sure the loads are secure. Same with you as a driver in our local. You have to make sure your loads are secure, and you got to make sure it's safe. And not only make sure it's safe, you may have people as a DZ call, you may have people with you. And you got to make sure that you can't drive fast. It isn't a race course here. You have lives in your hand. That's for the Unimovers, and that's DZ calls. Now I want to explain to you about the different calls. So you can take that call, you can take a Unimover, you can take a DZ call driving for the different departments, or you can take a shuttle call, or you can take a CAS call. When you take a shuttle call and you're driving CAS or you're driving crew, you're not driving fast, and you're usually driving from Basecamp to set or back and forth. Sometimes you might be going on surveys, but it's important that the people you have in your vehicle with you, you treat them with respect, and you drive accordingly. You drive according to the rules of the road, and you drive safely. That's the most important thing, because you have to adhere to your captain and your co-captain. When you're driving talent, that's another thing. Most people, they kind of look disheveled. They think, good enough. Take pride in yourself. I represent you when you're not working, and you represent me when I'm not working. And it's our goal is to build this union, to build it right, to make it fair, to make it right. When you're driving talent, a lot of people will sit there and go, okay, so my call time, I got to pick up my van, and I got to go pick up this actor for 8 o'clock in the morning at the Four Seasons. So you hop in your van that's been allocated to you by the captain, who texts you where you have to go pick it up and gives you the license plate and tells you how to get the keys, and then tells you got to pick up John Doe at the Four Seasons for 8 o'clock. And you just go down there, stand by, you wait. 8 o'clock comes down, John Doe, the actor, comes in the van at 3 or 5 minutes after 8. Sometimes he comes in 20 minutes later, and you head to set. And you think, piece of cake.
What happens if the actor doesn't come down on time?
So what happens is that you think that you've done everything right. Seems normal to you. Uber guys do it all the time. Stand by, wait. But you're not an Uber driver. So this is what you do. If your call time is 8 o'clock and you're picking up a talent at the Four Seasons for 8 o'clock, you get there for 7:15. And you text your captain and you let your captain know that you're standing by. And the reason why you're doing that is because your captain knows that you're standing by. If you don't do that, what happens is that your captain thinks, are you in an accident? Did you sleep in? Are you going to be late? And right now, he's making phone calls to try and get someone else to replace you because he doesn't know. So avoid that mess with the captain and text the captain and say you're standing by. And when the actor comes down at 8 o'clock, like he's supposed to, then what happens is that you text the captain, you say, we're traveling. And the reason why is the captain lets the trailer AD know that you're traveling. The trailer AD gets a hold of the second AD and says, okay, he's traveling, everything's on time. If you don't do that, and you don't respond and let your captain know this, the reason why is now they think that the actor's late. And sometimes the actor might be late. Sometimes you might come up 15 or 20 minutes after. When that happens, if it's 8 o'clock and 7 minutes after 8, the actor doesn't come down, you call your captain and say, I'm still waiting, or texting and say, I'm still standing by. That actor will get a hold of the trailer AD. The trailer AD will get a hold of the second AD. The second AD will call the actor and say, your driver's standing outside, and find out why he's late. And that's very, very, very important. And when the actor does hop in your vehicle, don't talk about politics. Don't just drive. Keep it simple. Less is more. Just drive. Just drive safe. Because the reason why you need to do this is because a lot of times the actors are from out of town. They don't know you from Adam, and they've had horrible experiences. I can give you numerous stories. Actors who are friends of mine tell me what they've gone through in different cities, in different countries with drivers. Your job is to make them safe. Drive according to the road. When you arrive on set, these are the things you have to do. You have a walkie, and everyone's on channel 1. Transport is on channel 3. So right away you go to channel 1 and you say to the ADs, so-and-so Mr. John Doe has arrived. And then you go to channel 3 and you let your captain know that you've arrived on set or at Basecamp safely.